We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. This taken in at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
All right, I knew I forgot to ask a question when we sat with the coaches about just how aggressive will you be bringing a ball out of the end zone and what's the green light for your returner. In this case, it should have been a red light. Should have stayed in the end zone. Terrible field position to start this drive.
Ready. 10 cycles.
Two and a throw right away. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. This defense for the Broncos, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Going right back to Akers. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Right there, hurt.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They're going to try and throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Here we go, track. No, track.
They'll run on first down with Akers. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The Broncos at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
18, 5 years. Come back, team.
They'll set up to throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 33. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Ultra. Go ultra. Ready.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's got Rome. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
Drill green.
2 and now on first down. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Room here to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Play action. Now it's Tua. Wide open receiver complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. Off of play action. Tagovailoa out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Down inside the 10. Give him 30 yards there. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
He gets it left side to Johnson. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. No problem there on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. A give to Williams, running right. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Tua, and a completion to Wilson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line.
Ready, go. Ready.
Now Tua. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check you. Check up.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
On the set.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And some room to work. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
On the ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Tight. 19 tight. Warriors 70.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
Down.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is this horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 81 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Red, yellow. Check, hut.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
What partner they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Tagovailoa. And he'll find Moreau here. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Let's go.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Caught. It's Wilson. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready. Long red.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown. Javonte Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. It got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Judy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Huh, interesting.
Ready. Hey, no steal.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. It's a room to maneuver. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway.
This could be the turning point. Let's go.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cam Akers, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. And, Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in the face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion for him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Ready up.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now Williams running left. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there.
Okay,
you might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Ready.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And his kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. the Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They'll go again here with Akers. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
What's good on the extra point? And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Ready.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd down, Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 148 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ready.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line.
Screen. Let's go. Go set. Strike. Check. Strike.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
On the ready.
going to the air. Tagovailoa. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Williams will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Now, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
A give running right is Akers.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
19 Lions.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get him to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Trap 60, trap 60. 18, Pioneer.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Mike Gesicki, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
And then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
10 cycles.
Up the middle, it's Williams. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ultra. Hut.
They run it again with Williams. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
On the set.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 180 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
52.
On the counter, here's Williams. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They try the left side here with Williams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And they say it's never easy to come into Denver to win because of the altitude. They look pretty comfortable in the altitude.
They certainly did. I'm not quite sure how they got prepared. And it's always been a big debate about what